Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Get in the room. Get in the room. I am back, and I am so happy to be back. Thank you, Jesus, for a safe flight. Whew. Y'all, I'm so glad to be back home. I don't know what to do. Even though it's a mess, I'm back home. And I am focused. I got to have some new responsibilities. I got to be doing some new stuff. Um, I got to put me back on the agenda. Hello, everything. So, Chrissy, Kara Toomer, Sin, thank you for being here. Peaceful, Kimber, hello. Let me see if I missed somebody up top. Hello in the bushes. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Please hit the like button as you come in. Miss Lacey, Audrey, Britt, hello from Oxford. I miss you. I miss everybody, honey. I miss everything. Hey, Prince, Geo, Alicia, Itty Bitty too. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you all for rocking with me for these 2.5 months. 2.5 months I have been thugging it out on this. What's up, Memphis? All right. What did I say? Hacks Cross? That's where I stayed when I was in Memphis. Hey, Beatrice, Deborah, Tarsha Campbell. Hey, honey, how you doing? Everybody, please hit the like button. Everybody in the bushes, welcome back. We are here. We got some new things coming up since I got home, so I'm excited about everything. Stephanie in Kansas, hello. Hot topics. We're gonna get into some stuff Wednesday. Hello. What's that? Chrysalis, crocheting and vlogs by way of Meridian. Okay. Thank you, Beatrice. Thank you, Jonesy. Thank you for being here. Oh my goodness, I'm just so glad to be back. Hey, I love y'all in the bushes. Shout out to everybody in the bushes that just come up every once in a while. I appreciate you just coming up, showing me love. I appreciate y'all in the bushes showing me love. I know we don't always agree, but that's life, and I'm good with that. But I do appreciate you being here regardless. We got y'all. It's a lot going on. We got a lot to talk about. We're gonna talk about some stuff on Wednesday, but tonight, girl, Audrey, I had so much fun at the Museum of Illusion. I didn't even post everything. I may post it tomorrow, but I found out from somebody in my comments on YouTube that they're going to the Museum of Illusion in Dallas, and I'm going to go there too. So, hey, Jay. Hey, Judith. Hey, TA. Girl, no. TA, honey, I am tired. Pray for your girl. Whenever you get up and I cross your mind, just say, Lord, watch over Millie Chun. Just stay there, because, honey, your girl is tired on a daily basis. But I got home, and like you can go places like in a hotel, because I work and I'm in hotels and stuff. And sometimes, you get a good bed, you get a bad bed. Even when you get a good bed, nothing is like your bed at home. I came home and took, I don't know, was it an hour or 2 hour nap? My body feels so much better. It feels so much better. Like nothing is like your own bed. Nothing is like being at home. So I'm just glad I'm back. I'm so happy. I'm so happy y'all are here. Hey, Deja. We hadn't got started yet. I'm just so glad to see everybody. My flight, y'all, was so good. Oh, hi, Ohio. Hi, Ivy. Thank you. Y'all, my flight was so good. Let me say this before we get into it. So I was getting ready to make my flight. I had a one-way flight home or whatever. I was leaving Charlotte. Shout out to Charlotte. I love Charlotte, North Carolina. If my baby wasn't going to school in Texas and she wanted to move to North Carolina, I would be moving to Charlotte by August. I absolutely love Charlotte, North Carolina. And so I was getting ready to get my flight, and I was like, I really want to treat myself, because I really don't do anything for myself. I did two things for myself. First of all, I booked a first class flight. Ooh, child. Have y'all ever flown first class? Oh my God. I had the best flight. I was in a little pod by myself. The seats reclined. Before I sat down good, she brought me orange juice. I wanted to ask for a little champagne to go with it, but I didn't want to be too presumptuous. You know what I'm saying? Girl, American boy, look, let me tell you something. Y'all know if I don't do nothing, I'm going to keep it real. Baby, I got that first class flight on Affirm. Do you understand what I'm saying? I ain't even paid for the flight yet. The payments hadn't even started coming out. But baby, I booked me a first class flight on Affirm, and it's going to be paid for by June, and I'm going to get ready and book me and my baby another one. Thank you, Tony. Honey, don't get it twisted now. I love y'all coming here and listening to these videos, and y'all keep me a coin in the bank, and I want y'all to keep it in there because all you got to do is listen and like. Right? Thank you for buying my books. But child, I was like, I'm just going to treat myself a little bit. Girl, honey, my bags, I know my bag. I had one bag, right? I had one bag because I wasn't about to do all that. And I had one bag, and I was like, this bag gonna be about $50. Baby, I popped that bag up there on that scale. He was like, let me get your priority sticker. Priority? Okay. Child, I ain't have to pay for nothing. I have not, let me tell y'all something. It's been a long time when I have been in the airport, because I usually fly by myself. So I got to take my bags in the bathroom. Child, it was me and my purse and my AirPods and that phone. Honey, you better do it. You better go and do it. I don't care. Look, child, book you a flight, put it on Affirm, and go. That's all I'm going to say. Get it in. Alicia said, Military, you crazy. You're supposed to drink them dry. Girl, I had gone to sleep. I slept so well. Yeah, first of all, when have I ever been on a flight? And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, all them times I flew from Japan. I don't know if we had Affirm back in the days, but I was like, I should have been reclining. And my flight was only 3 hours. So I'm sitting here thinking, I need to fly somewhere far. But, I'm a little skeptical these days with these planes. So I ain't really taking a whole lot of chances. Honey, baby, the Affirm payments ain't in. Millie Chun that made it home and in the bed with a nap and ain't paid a dime yet. But it's coming out, child. And as soon as it come out, I'm booking me another one. Because I don't think I can go back there no more. I just don't think I can do it. I do not think I can go back there anymore. I just don't know if I can do it. I don't think I can do it. I promise. Y'all, it was like, and then I thought the woman was trying to be a little shady. She was like, and where are you sitting? I was like, 4L. She was like, oh, ma'am, this way. I was like, oh, she's just trying to understand why I'm up here first. Because usually what I do is I pull out my military ID. It's a little expired. So I don't have to go in group 9. I can go in group 3. Yeah, but I ain't have to do that this time. I had group 1 on my card, honey. I was so excited. I didn't know what to do. Angie, go and get it. Go on and get it. Do not be what you wait for. You trying to figure out somewhere to go. Wherever you live, and they got 49 more states. Get it done. Going on there tonight when we get off this live, find somewhere you want to go. And I'm not saying go next week because the flight going to be $1,000. Go and book that flight 2 months out. Go and get it on the firm, girl. Go and get it on the firm. Get you a little outfit. Get you a little makeup. Maybe some good shades. Baby. Rich auntie vibes. Do you understand? I'm so pitiful. I ain't gonna even show all this. Child sent my sister a video. I was like, ooh, man, look at my recliner. Ooh, get that out. Child, I can't get it updated because I'm divorced, so I can't get it updated. I pull it out when I need to. But it get me where I need to go. Sometimes I get caught. I got caught one time. And I had to go back to group 8. But for the most part, and then sometimes I'll see somebody working in the airport and they'll be like, hey, Millie Chun, girl, come on. That has happened twice. So every once in a while, your girl get on that fast because I like to get on there, put my stuff up, get in my seat, put on my seatbelt, and sit down. That's why I get a window seat, so I ain't got to be in nobody's way. I use the bathroom before I get on the plane. I get on there and I sit down, and while everybody getting their stuff on and they loading on, I'm done. Because I don't like to be, it's already so small, and I don't like to be going back and forth between people. So I try, honey, every once in a while. Thank you. Look at Juanita. Juanita says she booked already, honey. She got hers on the firm. I know that's right, Juanita. Girl, holla at your girl. I'll be here next Saturday. And we'll be doing pictures, but holla at your girl, honey. I might be able to come and get a little drink or something. Ooh, I had 2 windows, Alicia. Natasha said I miss my calling. That's why I'm here with you now, Natasha. It took me a long time to get here, girl, but I am here now. Honey, I don't even know how nobody could not be a window seat girly, because I need to know where, I need to know when I'm taking off. I need to look at how I'm taking off. And then if you see my photo, I love to take a photo in the clouds. I love that. So I have to be by a window to take that picture. And then when it's time to get them seatbelts back on, I have to see when we get ready to come on down. I have always been a window seat girly. But baby, I'm going to tell you, now, it's going to take a minute because I don't know how a firm works with this particular situation. I don't know if I can double book while I still got some payments out there. But when it comes back to that last pay, I'm going to pay a little on it and try to get it done fast. And I'm booking again, child. Big dog on United. That's what I'm talking about. You got all this undercarriage, so I can't, and everybody else left. Girl, it's a mess. Afterpay, the same thing. Oh, girl, I didn't do no extra stuff this time. Oh, y'all, let me tell you this, and then we're gonna get into it. So, so you know, I ain't working no more. I ain't got to take, a test or nothing. So I said, ooh, should I or should I not have me a little piece of something extra? And I said, no, I'm checking the bag. I'm putting the bag. I'm gonna leave it alone. Child, when I got ready to walk up there to get into the terminal and that woman was standing there with that dog, I was like, thank you, Jesus. Y'all, do y'all know how I would have ran to Texas if that dog had got after me? I would have still been running, but I would have been running to Texas. Woo! Honey, I had a good time. Okay, Itty Bitty said I can. But you know what, Itty Bitty? What I'm going to do first is I'm going to pay my first bill because I got it on my phone. So I'm going to pay like a little bit, and then I might give me and my baby a trip for August because it's April. So if I go in and book something in August, that'll give me, it won't be that expensive. And I'm going to get that on a firm too, child. I'm not even playing. Y'all, I can't go back there no more. I don't think I can. I just don't think I can. Child, the way they was sitting and in my breakfast, girl, I had a fruit tray with yogurt and granola and blueberries and strawberries and pineapples. And what else? I had a little cake. I couldn't eat the cake. But, child, that was nice. Oh, Prince, I'm going to tell you something. Y'all, with that CDC, we can't hear enough from the CDC. They talking about the people ain't doing the checks on airplanes. On cruises like they're supposed to. I'm a little nervous about them cruises, but I do want to go on one. I really and truly do. I do, honey. I want to go on one. Child, they said the CDC, they ain't paying them and people ain't working. So they cutting back on it. So they haven't done all the checks that they need to do. And I was like, I don't know about that, but I might try it. Send me the info anyway, honey. Send me the info. Because I don't know. But Peaceful said, I cruise every year. I'm going to do it. Because my dream of wearing caftans and fedoras and shades and sipping drinks, like that's my judge. That's it. 4 to 5 times yearly. So So what? Okay, before we get into it, let me ask this question, and we're gonna get going. What is the best cruise line? Like if Prince is going 45 times and Lonnie is going every year, what's the best? Judith said, Icon of the Sea. Shit, look what Juanita said, y'all. Juanita said, girl, I clicked so fast on my last flight and accidentally chose a middle seat. Girl, I was sipping my drink like so I know, Butterfly. Okay, Jonesy, let me say this. You be careful with the Bahamas. Be careful. Like my mama tell us, stay with the group. Okay? Because honey, the way they out there pulling people off of the Bahamas resorts and kidnapping them. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just telling you what I have heard, honey. You be careful in the Bahamas. First time, I hope I have fun because this is the first time I'm leaving out of Fort Lauderdale, so I'm driving back. Honey, be careful. That's all I'm gonna say. Just be careful. That's all I want you to do is be careful. Hold on, let me see one more, and then we're gonna get started. Virgin, Royal Caribbean. After resort life, Christine says she doesn't do cruises anymore. Royal Caribbean. She said, I'm going through. Alicia said she got to go on her a trip, honey. She going through withdrawals. Prince said Carnival is a party ship. Royal Caribbean is for everyone. March is Carnival Horizon. Utopia. Ooh. Festival of the Sea. I don't know about that. That might be too dangerous. You know. Girl. Oh, child. I don't like when I get to talk about I ain't responsible. When I get to saying all that, it's time to go. See, I have to go with people that can reel me in. Oh, Audrey said my friend just came back from Africa and almost got her and her husband. What? Y'all please hit the like button. I know I have a good time, Lonnie, but that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, let me see. How can I say this? I have a obsessive disposition, right? Like anything that I'm doing that I absolutely love. Oh, is 50 of y'all going? I like a group. Like if I'm doing, like, let's take this whole social media thing, for instance. I know I have to pay bills, feed my daughter, shower, and occasionally go outside for some air. I know those are 4 things I have to do. But when it comes to this content, I am very obsessive about it. So once I do something that I love, child, all I'm going to say is I ain't responsible. When the drinks start flowing, I ain't responsible. It's time to come get me. So if you go somewhere with me and you hear me make that announcement, first of all, I done had too many drinks. And second of all, come get me and take me to my room and put me in the bed. I'm going to be mad, but I'm telling you what you need to do. But that's how it goes. I'm so happy y'all are here. And I'm going to give a brief synopsis of what I thought about the Real Housewives of Atlanta before we get into it. The first part was, I guess you got to give us a little something. The ending was the best part of the show. Okay, we'll go to the Tom Jordan still doing cruises. Now that's where I want to go. Miss Keita. Okay, after I say this to Miss Keita, then we're gonna get into it. Now this where I want to go. I want to go to Rock the Bells. I want to go there because I know everybody on that cruise I love. I know everybody on the Rock the Bells is good. I know it is. I'm gonna be a big girl. Okay. I'm gonna put Audrey up here, honey. We about to get into it, y'all. We about to get into it. Oh, I know Rock the Bells is good, baby. The way I be thinking I'm a rapper, y'all. When I went to Brooklyn and I went to Biggie's house. Well, I don't know if it's his house, but you know what he was doing. It was all a dream. You know, he was doing Juicy. Baby, I was on them steps and I rapped that whole song. Like hip hop is just my weakness. So I know I would be out of my mind. I would definitely have to have some people with me that will say sit down. Like you're doing too much, sit down. You don't have a rap career, you don't have a label, you don't have, you're not a rapper. Sit down. And I mean, I listen. I'm gonna rap some more verses before I sit down, but I listen. Okay, y'all, let's get into the Housewives. Let's go. Y'all ready? I'm gonna leave Audrey up here for a minute because I agree with Audrey like about 85%. No lie. So at the beginning of the show, let me find my little picture right here. Hold on. So Shamia is going through a lot, right? And I'm just gonna give my honest opinion about Shamia. I think Shamia does too much. She does too much for me. Like just when she coming in, dancing, doing too much. But then I realized Shamia has a lot going on in her life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think everything is good, but when your baby is sick, when there's something wrong with your child, you cannot be 100%. So I feel like after watching this episode, I was like, Shamia is doing this, all of this extra on 10, because she is just trying to forget about what she actually has going on at home. You know what I mean? And so I got that. I get that from Shamia. So I give her grace, even though it's a lot for me. It's a lot. My extra meter goes up to a 4. That's how high I go in there. So when you go past a 4, I just have to tune you out. And I literally get like Porsha. When Porsha was mute, I can't take it. I can't entertain that. I can't speak to it. I can't handle it. But in Shamia's case, I understand because she has a lot to do. She had a lot going through it. Wait a minute, this season just isn't clicking. No, it's not. It's very disjointed. So Shiloh needs antibiotics. She has an ear infection. And then when we get on the bus with Shamia, first of all, did we know that Shamia had been married twice? Because I know when I was watching season 8, I want to say that she was engaged. And I don't think she was engaged to Gerald. Because she said she was, when I was watching seasons 8 and 9, she said that she was engaged. So the breakdown on the bus, she said that the lady had called her, and I guess they showed the PSA she did when the former housewife had those PSAs done, and she was talking about her experience, and she said the lady that she was talking to, the lady didn't want to hear her when she was trying to tell it, so the lady then called her back to apologize. Yeah, she wasn't married to. I didn't realize she was married before. I had no idea. But her first marriage, it was ABUSE marriage. It's ABUSIVE marriage. Yeah, but see, I didn't remember that. I didn't go back that far. I just went back. I forgot about the PSAs, honey. I didn't realize it until they showed the PSA on this show. Because I only went back and watched seasons 8 and 9. And I don't remember PSA. But I do remember it now that I saw it tonight. Yeah, I hate that. Girl, yes, Tony. So so that's Shamia. So that's Shamia's situation. I thought that was real cute. Hold on, let me see what's next. I don't want to go out of order. So let's go here. So Cynthia and Angela outside talking, right? Angela is like, I called Drew. When is Drew coming? Drew's on an 8:00 flight. She'll be here soon. Blah, blah, blah. And Cynthia, really, I love Cynthia this season because Cynthia is the peacemaker. She is the person who is making you see the whole picture, what's going on. Because when she said, child, you come around here and ask Leon to do something, it's going to be a problem. So The whole thing about Drew and Dennis is just really up in the air. We don't know what's going on. I don't personally think Drew is fooling around with Dennis. I don't think that at all. That is not what's on my mind. I don't think that at all. I do not think that she is messing around with him. But it seemed like Angela understood when Cynthia was breaking it down. But more importantly, who is doing Angela's hair? Does Angela not know about these glueless wigs out here in the world? Unice, Sunbur, was it Love Me? The way these girls put these wigs on their hair and these things, I got 3 I got to do, and just plop them down and pick them up and plop them down. What is going on with Angela? And then that glue that's curling up on her forehead. I was like, Angela, you're gonna have to get it together. She definitely not messing with Dennis. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, Miss Keita, because I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. I do not see. No. What Miss Keita said. Hold on. No, nitwit. I'm sorry. I still don't see the problem with Dennis working with Drew. I don't see it either. I don't think Dennis wants Drew. I mean, Dennis is a man. He will cheat. He cheated on Porsha when she was pregnant. So I'm not putting anything past him. But this situation with Drew being on the Housewives, she's being married. She's going through a divorce on TV. I feel like she probably wants some action, but I don't feel like she wants that action. So it's not clicking with me. I don't think that's. Jay said Dennis is like lumpy mashed potatoes. I can't. Yeah, Dennis is not it. And can we all agree that Porsha still is in love with Dennis? Clearly. Oh yeah, the half wigs for the summertime is where it's at. Baby, because when I tell you I about burnt up, I was like, this gonna change soon, honey. This is what I had in the bag. I had to flip it out real quick, but I was like, no, it's too much hair. I just don't understand what the issue is. Okay, so at this point, hold on. I'm sick of hearing about P being mad at Drew. Drew can't be finessed. She needs a personal stylist for her hair. Yes, she needs to holler at the hair diagram. Honey, we can agree that Dennis is still in love with Porsha, and we can agree that Porsha is still in love with Dennis. Oh yeah, Miss Butterfly. I'm gonna talk about that later. I gotta go over there to Lakeisha Keisha and see what she's talking about. I've been seeing it, but y'all, I just been, So let's get back to this. So Cynthia is talking to Angela. They need to go inside because Angela's hair is melting off of her head. And then the girls get ready to go to their. Oh no, that's not what it is. Hold on. So then Drew makes it in, right? Drew comes in and she's like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. She's talking to Cynthia. And Cynthia's running it down to her, everything that they're going to be doing. So Cynthia knows how this goes. And I love that Cynthia is on this trip. I love that scene with Cynthia and Porsha. And that was my favorite scene. That was hands down. That was my favorite scene because they are housewives. They are veteran housewives. And when Porsha said, it just feels like family. I'm so glad you're here. And I was so glad that Cynthia was there. I was so glad that Cynthia went in, checked on Porsha, but we're going to come back to that. But right here, I thought Cynthia did real good when she was like, let me call Porsha because we have 2 activities. We're going to go drink tasting, and then we're going to go to a bar. So Porsha, Shamia, and Kelly went to, what was it? They went to the bar. And the other 4 girls went bourbon tasting or whiskey tasting. I thought that was real cute. So Porsha said it doesn't matter where she goes. She can go where she wants to go and blah, blah, blah. So that was cool in itself. Okay, now what? What else happened? Y'all, this was so much fun to me. Now, what I will say about this episode is it had a lot of fun parts. Yeah, I love a good bourbon tasting. I don't have a problem with that. I love this. I loved The fact that the girls were on the bar. I love the fact that they were drinking without hands. I absolutely love that. Porsha was talking about Angela. So Porsha is kind of making Angela the problem now. Oh, pause. Let's get to Queen Liz. Hey, Team Angela. Baby, what is Kelly giving? Do y'all know at the beginning of this season they said Kelly had the best outfits? Kelly has the best netting outfits. Can we say that? Because every time you see her, she is in a net of some sort. She had confessionals in a white net. She had the bar in a black net. Like, and then here's the thing. Why do people feel like when they go to places like Texas and Nashville, they got to wear cowboy hats and chaps and all that kind of stuff? We don't walk around like that. I mean, I get it. I get it. It's for the aesthetic. I get that. Queen Liz, you want to hear for the lips of the shot glass? It drives me crazy. I was like, I know they burning up. Porsha got chaps on, long sleeve shirts, cowboy hats. Shamia got on a cowboy hat, stars on it, earrings with stars on it. It was just a lot. We don't wear that here. We do not dress like that. Okay, I would say this. Give me a cowboy hat. I'm cool with a cowboy hat and some boots and a cute outfit. But all this that they doing, I mean, like every once in a while, they went and bought chaps for every scene. Coco said Porsha think other women roll like her. Ooh, talk about it, Coco. Let's take a minute out for Coco, because what you talking about? Hold on, let me get Coco's thing. Uh-oh, it just went away. Hold on. What you talking about, Coco? Like close to let me know what you mean before I say what I think you mean. Yeah, we have Western days, but we don't go out all the time, Western. It's that song. Sweet Essence said it's that song and Cowboy Carter all over the place, and it is just driving people crazy. Cowboy crazy. Because this is going to pass, and it's going to be people with a lot of cowboy hats, a lot of chaps, a lot of fringe, a lot of turquoise. They're going to have to put in a box. Maybe at the rodeo, because that's where you will wear it, right? If I was going to the rodeo, I would wear rodeo apparel. Okay, so we got past that. So then we get over here. Hold on. Let me see. Where is that? Angela dinner. Hold on. Did I not get that in here? I don't think I got it in here. But maybe I did. What's this? No, that ain't it. Hold on. Let me see if this is dinner. If I don't have it in here, I'm gonna have to go back to Porsha's thing. So let me go back to Porsha's thing. Let me talk about the other girls. So the other girls over there at the tasting, right? I thought that, what did I think about that? I literally thought that was fun. And honestly, I thought that, wait a minute. Hold on, I gotta take something down. Because I think I found something else. Hold on, y'all, real quick. I hate when I'm not prepared. I don't like that. So when we were over there, I hope this is it, because I'm gonna be mad if it's not. When they went over to the tasting with the four girls with Britt and Cynthia and Angela and Drew, I like Angela because Angela is keeping these girls, she's holding them accountable. You know what I'm saying? And Cynthia was saying how, well, they got to talking about the situation with Britt, and I'm ready for this conversation to end. I'm tired of talking about Britt and what happened with her, right? But I agree with Cynthia. She was telling Angela, like, this is what I was saying about Cynthia. She's making everything plain. Like, if you had gone at a party and you walked in there and you had something in your mouth, like, you still feel a certain kind of way. And they understood that. And Drew was like, yes, we understood what you were going through, but we also want to check on our friend. And Cynthia was like, yeah, we love our friend, but we do have sympathy and empathy for what you had gone through as well. So it seems like that went over okay. But Britt is milking this, and I need her to stop. I don't know, girl, if they're going to do that. You know, they finished filming, so I don't know, Johnson. But I feel like Britt is doing too much. Y'all, 176 likes. Come on, y'all, get the likes up. Wait a minute. But who's holding Angela accountable? It's 8 episodes. What do you know? What do we know about her other than her? Honey, the YouTube streets let you know about Angela because we don't know nothing about Angela on this television show. Like you said, D, we know that she is married to Charles Oakley, and we know that they met in Chicago. She exchanged numbers. She waited for him to call her in 10 years. And after 10 years, they met up at a hotel and they were inseparable, which is wild to me. And during the time that they met up at the hotel lobby, she got people spying on him. Then they get married. She says she is independently self-made, but she's like leaning on him for his acceptance of what she's doing in life. So I don't know. Miss Erica, I hear you, honey. I hear you. But Coco said crossing the line with men. I asked Coco what she meant. She meant crossing the line with men. We gonna get there, honey. We gonna get there. So I mean, Angela seemed to understand. She wanted Drew there. Porsha was talking about, you know, if she wanted her here. Porsha felt like Angela set her up, right? Because she came, Angela did come right in talking about she wanted Drew to be there. She invited Drew. Porsha seemed to be okay with it. But then let me see what else. Let me see what's the next thing we get to. I think that's probably basically it. So let's get down here to this dinner, okay? I thought it was real cute how the ladies had somebody come in and do a line dance. I thought that was really cute. So they got all the little Western guys. Cynthia's like, we got cowboys in here. We got cowboys in here making drinks. Cynthia dragging that wagon. Like, I don't know what's going on with Cynthia, her behind her, but it's got a life of its own. Do you hear me? So then we get down here, we do the little line dances, and we sit down. But Porsha, before they go outside, Porsha is coming here and giving this attitude. Because, you know, Porsha was on the phone with PJ, talked with and Dennis FaceTiming. She had her little white outfit on, which was so cute. Then she come downstairs dressed in all black like the Omen, and her attitude is gone. Like her whole everything is just on zero. Cynthia dragging it, Audrey, dragging it. Do you hear me? So she got some bad news that Dennis is filming with Drew. They went back to where she was in the car, and she was saying, you need to choose your family, but you're choosing Drew. You know what I'm saying? You're choosing to do this. And all I need you to do is co-parent. Okay. So whoever said that earlier, I agree with you 100%. I don't see anything wrong. I think Ms. Nitwit, I don't see anything wrong with Dennis working his job promoting Drew. Drew just happened to be on her show. Porsha has a whole storyline without pulling Drew into it. And I feel like Drew is her storyline, and that is what she's trying to do. Hey, Erica. Dennis can film with who he. Yeah, Audrey, I don't see the big deal. First of all, I will say this. I get this part. Why is Dennis even on the show? You know what I'm saying? Because this doesn't even have to be a part of. Well, it does have to be a part of Drew's story because she wants to promote her music. But it doesn't need to be Dennis. But since we do have Dennis on the show, it would only make sense for him to film with Drew every once in a while. I mean, he ain't got to be in every scene with her. But now Porsha's found out that they are filming together. She's pissed, right? Attitude on zero. Everybody notices. Britt notices it. Shamia is like, oh my God. Here we go. Nikki, I'm glad you're here. D said, Dennis is wrong, in my opinion. He should not be filming with another housewife. He's being opportunistic. I can kind of agree with you on that, D. But like I said, if he's working with her, he's going to have some kind of filming, or maybe it could just be something that they filmed on the, with the phone and then put it in the show. But Porsha is feeling a certain kind of way because she's talking about her co-parenting situation. This has nothing to do with her co-parenting situation, other than the fact that she feels something for Dennis, right? Because now Dennis is on her lives on YouTube, on her post on Mondays and Thursdays. She's not too mad. Not Dennis acting like Peter. Because she said Dennis get his lick back. Kimber, because you heard him say he had to sit there and watch her have all those weddings. So I'm going to have to go with you too. This could be a little lick back situation. And they are toxic. And that's why they love each other. But she's shown up in scenes with Porsha as well. Yep. Porsha, you're not getting that much love, sis, because people feel like, including myself, I feel like you're just reaching too hard. It's not that serious to just mess up your whole episode. But she came down, a sad Susan. She was grumpy. It's her birthday. She can have an attitude if she wants. And then they go outside to dinner. Baby, when they got to talking about Angela, and she said, Angela can kiss my tush, I was like, wait a minute, Porsha, where did that come from? And then let me ask y'all this. Let me ask you this, because this is real life. Yes, Erica, I agree with Erica right here. Porsha is too immature. She knows that she's the only, and I mean only woman that wants Dennis. I mean only one that wants Dennis. Dennis is like a gummy bear. I wouldn't care either, but let me tell you this. Let me say this about me. There's no way I'm about to put my affirmed first class seat and waste my money on a flight going to Nashville when I know that there's a problem. And I know it is a cash trip. I know it is. But Drew has flown out there and got up and left. Well, even when Porsha said, you straight, you don't have to go, she still got up and left. And I feel like why do that? Why do that? Now she need to get back to Dennis and shut up. Dennis wants a check too. Porsha doesn't. But Dennis won't get paid. Men don't get paid on the show. Hey, my degree is real. They do not get paid on the show. But I feel like on this thing right here with her coming at Angela and with her being so dry to Drew, and then with her being so dry with everybody at the table, it just kind of brought it all down. I agree. Drew should have never come on that trip. Yep. Then when said Drew stayed long enough to get her pay, honey, and then she bounced. But I don't think she ever should have come on that trip. I mean, even, she said she was going to get some bourbon or whiskey and she was going to take it back to Porsha. Porsha could care less. And everybody's just, but I loved the fact that Cynthia went upstairs. Hey, Shay. I love that she went upstairs and she talked to Porsha, like, what's really going on. Porsha is upset. Like she said it. She was like, I ain't even really mad at Angela like that. I don't even know why I came at her like that. But Porsha, like, she got so much going on with Simon. Then she said Dennis. So the man in her life is really pressing her buttons. And she just taking it out on everybody that's there. So she definitely going to take it out on Drew. Because Drew is a part of Dennis' situation. So Drew definitely going to get it. You know that off the rip. Yes, Queen Liz. That's the thing. When Porsha sees this back and sees that Drew and her sister are at Dennis's place the night before she flew to Nashville, baby, that part of the reunion is going to be fire. Do you understand? She didn't go out with Dennis. She went out with her sister at Dennis's place. And Dennis called her talking about a record label. She got signed. Ooh, now you can tell me she in heat. It doesn't have to be. It does not have to be an issue with Dennis. Dennis is over there working. Now, even though Drew was a little shady, but whatever money Dennis makes is going to go to PJ. Baby, when she sees that, Lord, she said, I can tell when Porsha's in heat. Woo! Yeah, Jacqueline said Porsha is not in love with Dennis. She is only in love with his money. Porsha really thought she had something with Simon. She really did. And I don't believe for 1 minute. And I like Porsha, but I don't believe that she loves Simon. I do not believe it. And I will say this. This might be her karma just playing out on this television show for us. This might be what that is. And we don't know what else she's going to deal with because Porsha has done some things in the days. You know, she has done some stuff. Yeah, I know, Deja. I know it was a cast trip, and I know that Drew had to be there. And I know how we look at it, like we wouldn't have gone in our real life. And you do have to look at it like that, like Drew had to be there because it's a cast trip. But like she said, she went and got her check, and she got up out of there. And she probably went up there and called Dennis and told Dennis that Porsha was acting up. Woo! Simon and Porsha get back on Dennis, and yep. Simon was Porsha get back on Dennis, and it backfired. Oh, Bronze Sugar. Bronze Sugar too said, I can't believe she let Simon touch her. Like there's so many questions, right? Erica, I got to get the straight of that, Erica. I got to go there and listen to Lakeisha because that's what I heard too. The house was in foreclosure. Because it very well could be. Is it the Simon house or the house where her mama is? I know it. Dennis was a hot dog man out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, he's a producer. Prenup P. I hear you. But after she left, after Drew left the dinner, and Porsha went off on Angela. Angela said what she had to say. Then Porsha and Cynthia had a conversation, which I absolutely loved. I absolutely loved that conversation with Porsha and Cynthia because at that moment, I got the real Housewives of Atlanta. And in that moment, I felt I was right back where I need to be because those are the girls that we are familiar with. Oh, Simon's house. Okay. I thought Porsha laid off the house her mom is in a while ago. I don't know. I think that's the only place she's filming though. So now they're getting ready. So after Cynthia and Porsha have had their conversation, the girls go out to the pool. I love this scene. I loved it. Porsha came downstairs. She was in a better mood. She changed her clothes. She went all dressed in black. Right? Wait a minute, what Deja said, because Queen Liz says she 100% agree. Let me see what Deja said. I still think Dennis was in on the lick for Porsha to get with Simon, get the money and jump out. They should have done better. Ooh. You think that, Deja? You think Porsha marrying Simon was like a Dennis and Porsha thing to get a bag? Girl. You think that for real? Queen Liz, second the emotion. Well, honey, if that's the case, then she definitely gonna get it. Porsha is in love with being married, loves the lifestyle. She don't love who she is married to or anything spiritual about the marriage. Ooh. I love, Porsha and Cynthia's scene it felt good to me. That scene felt so good to me. But now, I'm just gonna leave this up here, and I'm gonna let y'all read what Nitwit said, and then we gonna have this conversation with Nitwit in our head, because I think we all having this conversation. Nitwit, you, you might be the MVP for the night, sis, with that one, honey. So they go outside. I hate when y'all do this. I can't get myself together. Stop. Okay. I'm gonna leave it up here so we can. I'm gonna leave it up here. So they go outside. Like I said, Porsha is dressed better. Juanita said Porsha and Dennis don't have a whole brain between them. Oh God. Hey Danielle. Danielle says she's new here, y'all. Welcome, Danielle, to this mess, girl. We getting into it. So I love this pool scene because, like I said, there were parts like the bar scene with the 3 girls, the one whiskey tasting with the 4 girls, this scene when they was on the bus. I love those scenes. I love that. I absolutely love that. And then what? Porsha jumped in the pool. Shamia jumped in the pool. Porsha was twerking. They was glad to see her come out there. It was just all good. It was all good until it wasn't, right? Hey, Desiree. It was just a really good scene. And it's like, I was so glad that Porsha got out of that funk, because we did not have time for that. That was just way too much. That was way too much, because she was being really rude. She was being really dismissive. And then Porsha really was making something out of nothing. Because as we have stated already, there is nothing wrong with Dennis working with Drew. Nothing is wrong with him working with Drew. But when Drew says little stuff like you can have his hot dog, that's when Porsha want to go upside her head. I understand that too, because why are you saying that? Just say, girl, nothing's going on. You are welcome to come to everything that we're doing. But Porsha said, I told him this ain't good with the co-parenting. I don't know how I don't know how this is going to affect PJ. But anyway, so then night gets into real night. It gets into late night, right? So Angela's already over it because Porsha has told her to kiss her behind, and she's trying to understand why Porsha is saying this. So Angela does not go outside with the ladies. 2:30 in the morning, she said she was on the phone with Charles. She was definitely checking in to see if Charles was at home. That's just what I think. So she said she hears her name. And she said she hears Porsha say something, something, something. She better do this, then the third, or I'm going to sleep with Charles. Now, did we hear that on the show? No, we did not hear it. Angela heard it. Kelly said she heard it. Why would Porsha say something like that? Because I think Angela said she was drunk and then she was telling her truth. Hey, Patricia Hunt. Patricia said, hold on, y'all. Let's take a moment for the new people. Hello. Let me go back to Danielle. Hold on. Danielle said, hey, I'm new here too. Lord, Danielle, I don't know if I can find it, baby. There you go. Danielle said, I'm new here too. Here go Patricia Hunt. Welcome to the Millie Crew. Welcome, Danielle, to the Millie Crew. Y'all just buckle up, baby. Just buckle up. Thank you for being here. I appreciate y'all for being here. Yeah, girl. Wait a minute. Wait. No. Wait a minute. Let me get this up here. I got to get this up here because, baby, this was funny to me when I saw this. Hold on. Wait a minute. No, this is before that. Hold on, y'all. Right, real quick. Where is it? Where did it go to? She said, Porsha said, I'll take your man, baby. She the what? Porsha the one out there and said she go sleep with Charles. That is crazy. There we go. Now Porsha said, I'll take your man. Now, Angela already has thoughts of Porsha at the bank talking about, oh, I heard about Charles. And then she come here and say, oh, I was just playing. I realized that you don't know me like that. We don't play like that. My bad. I'm sorry. Now you out here at the pool full of that oil. And you talking about if Angela don't act right, blah, blah, blah. What I'll do is I'll go sleep with her husband. Porsha, you are not making this okay. And then on top of all of that, when Angela comes outside to talk to Porsha, Porsha gets up and goes, leaves the pool site. And then Kelly confirms it. She was like, yeah, Porsha said, let me see if I can find that. Or she said that. Porsha says she'll take her man. I'm like, Porsha, why would you say something crazy like that? That's insane. That is certifiably insane for her to say that. Hold on, let me see if I got it on here. Oh, yo, I'm going to have to do the what you call later, too. I'm going to have to do the after show. I see the after show is already up. Is the after show on Peacock? Because I got to go find it. Hold on. I know. Lonnie said, I wish we could have heard P say that, but Kelly confirmed it. Yes, she did. She definitely confirmed it. Hold on. Let me see if this is it. Here we go.
Always end up in one. We in one bed because we need each other, bitch. Girl. We need each other. Girl. They don't want to see that poor girl. His money floating in the water.
Wait. Well, I can't have the music. But I cannot have the music. Hold on.
Shamia, Kelly, and Brett at the pool.
Oh. Come on, stop with the music.
Created, and all of her truth fell out. What I hear is them just talking about my dress, and they spoke about my husband last night. She said, I should Charles. They continue to talk.
Why would Porsha say something that crazy? She said it was a Hennessy talking. I'm sure it was a Hennessy talking.
The recording is actually really short because I was like, you know what, y'all keep calling me. Let me go see what the y'all want.
And I'm not mad at Angela for going down there because that's what I would have done. I'd heard my name. I'd have been down there off the rip. It would have taken me no time to get down there. she said. What Erica said? Who is Arsenio, Erica?
The girl in the window. Did you talk about?
Hold on, I'm trying to get to what you call this part. Hold on. And then when at the end of the wait a minute.
In the middle of the night, I heard Charles had a baby, and Shamia said that he always out with all these different women, allegedly.
All this is alleged, and in my opinion,
saying
copyright.
She better stop before I her husband. Oh,
copyright disclaimer under the section 107 of copyright of 1976. We are educating and teaching, researching, and criticizing right now. That's what we're doing.
She better stop before I her husband.
There go Kelly. She better stop before I sleep with her husband. Why would she say that? Henny or not? Let me tell you something. Everybody has had a couple of drinks, but there are some things that you know what not to do. A drunk tongue speaks a sober mind. Exactly. Did Porsha have these men following behind her when she looked like her? Y'all know what Erica said. Did Porsha have these men following behind her when she looked like Arsenio Hall? Plus, I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna leave y'all alone. I'm gonna leave Erica alone right now. Ooh, child, Porsha, this not gonna fare out good for you, baby. She did say, I didn't say anything. I caught that too, girl. She did say that. She definitely said anything. People are not shocked, Porsha. Porsha, they feel like you meant what you said. A drunk mind speaks a sober tongue, baby. They feel like you meant it. Because it's that thing that you did with Simon and Fallon, honey. People not letting it go. They're not letting it go. Look, that's what I'm saying. Miss YBBG, that's what I'm saying. She got a track record. Even Angela said it. Ooh. Not Miss High Heels and Lipstick Conversation. Let's talk about it. Only Garden Tools talk about sleeping with somebody else's husband. Shaking my head. Porsha, it ain't looking good for you, sis. Why would she say something like that? Girl, Drake can make you tell the truth. I love y'all in the comments. These comments do not ever disappoint me. Never. Y'all never disappoint me. But what y'all think about that? Let's see. Hold on. And then next week, they got a dog situation. Angela's talking to Charles. And whoever said that Angela and Charles is very interesting, I wouldn't mind seeing them. Then Porsha's talking to Dennis. Dennis looking crazy. Cynthia's talking to the girls. Cynthia's having her Bailey thing in her lake house. Angela is going at it with Britt. So I don't know. But let's listen real quick about this.
Birthday trip. So I was like, I just want to have the people I'm going to be most comfortable with. And even if I don't know you that well, we have a good vibe. I feel like we had a good vibe. And so I invited Angela, but not Drew, which is fair. We wanted Drew to come, even though Porsha was like,
I agree. If I don't want... wait a minute. Hold on, let's see what Angela's saying.
Talk to me about it. And it just became an attack. She's actually having her crash.
If I'm having a party and I don't like you, 10 times out of 10, I don't want you there. I'm ready for crazy too.
Good English 3 brain cells you got.
I know, girl.
Together some sense. So
look, Shay, they done ran Porsha down through there. But I mean, hey, they pulled up the receipts, honey. Porsha just mad. I feel like Porsha is not.
I got your thing. I really want to know.
I don't know what I think about Porsha this season. Like, I feel like I was excited because I feel like her and Cynthia were going to give us Housewives, and then with Fedra coming back. But Porsha was just mad.
They offered back because everybody at that point was like, Angela, you've been doing too much the whole trip. Yeah. And so I think she just used it to distract the situation. I'm like, damn, did I do all this? You know, with my good intentions, did I do all this? Did I put two friends further apart? I don't like this. This is not who I am. I don't want to hurt that girl. I don't want to hurt her or her feelings. So I felt apologetic. At the table was just me reacting to being attacked for what I felt was good intentions. Right. Porsha, would you like to answer Angela's question?
What do you think? I mean, I don't think Angela set out to push them further apart. I don't think she set out to do any harm. I think that she and Drew are friends and she just wanted Drew on the trip. It's a cash trip. So yes, she needs to come on. Oh, this is on YouTube. So I'm gonna watch it on YouTube.
So I was like, I just want to have the people I'm going to be most comfortable with.
Hold on.
Shamia, you got a phone call on the way to Nashville. I got a call from a former friend, someone that was really good friends with my ex, a lady that sent me.
Okay, we're going to get back on here. Hold on one second. She talking about when she was divorcing and she was talking about her husband.
Over a decade. Are you serious? Yeah, because when we divorced, people pick sides. Of course, they went with the wealth. They went with the successful guy who was popular and all the things. And I tried to tell him once, but I wasn't going to parade it around for the world. I was like, listen, this is what he did to me. This is why we are not together. And they were like, yeah, no. They weren't seeing it for me. Fast forward. She's like, well, I just wanted to let you know that I'm sorry. And to paraphrase it, you were right. Just to have it validated from his friend, it really meant a lot to me because I felt...
That's horrible that Shamia has gone through that, right? Yeah, she said she felt validated because the woman that she was talking to, I guess she didn't want to hear it. And like she said, during a divorce, people do pick sides. And so I guess the lady has seen something and she wanted to just let Shamia know that I'm sorry. I'm sorry you went through that. I'm with you, Gail. Like, Gail, I'm a look. I mean, like I said, We know that it is a cast trip and the people on the cast have to be there. We know that. But in real life, like, I'm going to be like Porsha when she got ready to come down to dinner because I'm pissed that this person is here messing up my good time. And it's going to be hard for me to shake that because I literally don't want you here. And I will be pissed at Angela. However, I like Angela, but I would be mad at her. But as somebody just said, Angela, Miss Keita, I agree with her. Angela is moving the story along. She is doing a great job. She is doing it. And she's catching some flack for it, but she is moving it along. It's just a lot of variables going back and forth with them because they have a point and then they look crazy. Hold on, let me see what else.
Porsha didn't even get dressed for her dinner. Oh, Porsha was definitely hotter than fish grease. I could tell something was off. What's wrong, Porsha?
Everybody knew something was off with Porsha. Porsha didn't even tell me, I'm just tired.
That morning, but at dinner it just felt like literally something had happened. Oh, what you girls did not know, I got a phone call from a friend. Yeah. I was told that Drew and Dennis had in fact filmed together. At that point, you would say, Porsha, it's cool. Like, you've known that this could happen. Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah. I was told by both that it was not. When I found out at that moment, I was in shock that he had betrayed what our agreement was. Yeah. And it just kind of shut me down. It felt like a power on. Absolutely. It just felt like a power on. I feel like every time I bring something within the group, it escalates. And you was very calm. So I'm just like, okay. I want to ask.
Okay. All right. Porsha talked, first of all, clearly the way it sounds like from the beginning, Porsha and him downstairs had been lied to because Dennis and Drew made it seem like they had checked in with the man downstairs and they had checked in with Porsha. Do y'all get that? Because that's how I felt. Let me know if you felt like that. That's what I was thinking because Drew was like, have you talked to Porsha, Dennis? But Dennis did say, I'm going to let you handle that. But I think that's what Dennis should have done. Also Drew. But Drew said she had reached out to Porsha, not calling her. Like Cynthia said, girl, you should have picked up the phone. Because she was saying, she gave the example, the former housewife had used Leon to film in her movies, but she called Cynthia to get her permission. Because Cynthia, whatever, don't play by Leon. And clearly, Porsha was not aware of what was going on, and him downstairs is not aware of what's going on. But Porsha talking to Dennis in the car in the alley, talking about you need to choose your family. He is choosing his family. He's working. What did it say? Hold on. If anybody wants to work with my baby daddy, I wouldn't think twice about it. He might be scamming you, but y'all have a blast. Yeah, I mean, she said she don't have nothing to do with Dennis. She said she don't have anything to do with Dennis. So why is it such a big deal? First of all, Drew is great value. There is absolutely nothing there. Drew is like a dried wheat cracker to me. So I think anything that can put some jelly on her cracker, some peanut butter, and give her some life, give her some life, Jesus, because my goodness, Drew gives me nothing. So for Drew to have this is a lot for Drew. This is a lot for Drew. Y'all know that. Yeah, I agree with you, Kimber. Dennis don't need the money, but clearly Dennis is doing a hobby. And he made good on the hobby because Drew's album is fantastic. But my thing is, because you know he's not getting paid from the show, Kimber. You know that. He is not getting paid from the show. The men don't get paid. So it's not about that kind of money. But, you know, him being a producer and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Let me tell you something, Shay. Let me speak to what Shay talking about. Drew is so crazy to be doing this, and you sitting up there talking about you don't want to let go of the house. You don't want to let go of this house. Let this album, let one of these songs fool around here and get nominated for a Grammy. Let that happen while y'all with him downstairs and you leaving the house every first, third, and fifth weekend and all that, you think you got a problem now when he want these royalties wrapped up? Like, I don't understand what Drew is doing. She has nobody to talk to her. Drew, you can call me. I can let you know, sis. Move out. Sign the papers. Let him have it. He paying for it anyway. If what you're doing on this show, making your coin, absolutely, Kimber, absolutely. Basement Ralph is going to, and that's why he holding on for it. I ain't never seen no man so happy to be in the basement. A man, and you paying the bills in the house, and you fine with down there being in the basement, that would scare me. I don't know about you, but I would be scared. Because why? As a man, if there are men in this chat, would you be cool with just being in the basement and you paying bills and you got to wait till they turn the lights off and the kids go to bed so you can go up there and make you a ham and cheese sandwich and walk around the kitchen when she shut her door? Oh, but you got a little refrigerator and a bar down there, so you may not have to do that. That is crazy. She said Porsha's calculated this season. The only people who are going to profit off Drew's success will be Ralph and Dennis. 100%, Mo. Mo, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100% because she is not smart. She is not being smart. She's not taking this divorce serious. Now, if Drew doesn't want to be divorced, then you need to start switching up this narrative on this show. You need to be meeting in the kitchen and having some conversations. And something, because you really about to be mad. Yes, that's all he wait for. Girl, let this get picked up. Lonnie, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna come back to you, girl. Don't any dude want to live in a basement? I don't care how nice it is. No. Ralph is content in that basement, and let this song move just 4 more units. He gonna be talking about he won't half of it. Because you know why? Let me tell you why. Drew, I hope you hear this. The fact that your whole album is about Ralph, that is where your problem's going to be. Because you have used his likeness. They dropped a little video with his face, and I don't care what nobody said. That was definitely him in that little on that little video. And he gonna clean her out. Yeah, the basement is nice. Drew need to let the house go. You heard what Martell said when he was talking to Mel about, you made a song about me. You got my kids right here singing a song about me. Drew, that is his friend. Martell Holt is your husband's friend. Those nincompoops are talking right now how to bring you down. Because Martell, because he couldn't bring Mel down, he is definitely schooling Ralph how to bring you down. So, girl, I wouldn't want to change. Hey, Miss Didi, I wouldn't want to trade places with Drew Sidora for all the tea in China, for all the money. I just could not put myself in that position. Because, honey, it's about to get bad. It's going to get bad. Oh, yeah. Question. Cece said, Porsha questioned if Drew and Ralph are actually divorcing. I think this is hold on, let me see what Drew talking about. Hold on.
Being friends. I don't on Drew. I was focused on what he was doing. Yeah. Because I felt like, my mental health. Yeah. To be able to do this has to be a certain level. Yeah. Why are you messing with it?
Honest question.
Honest answer.
True. Would you feel some kind of way if any of the ladies in the circle filmed with Ralph for whatever reason and not tell you?
This is the thing. In this group, we're friends. Him and Fedra have hung out. I mean, in this friend circle, if we're just being friends, I don't see a difference of filming and being friends.
I get like running into different people. Like I may see Ralph out or whatever. And of course, I'm always going to say hello. I specifically feel like filming, I would never film with your husband. If Ralph came to me and said, hey, Cynthia, I'm thinking about being a supermodel tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Which is a good looking guy. He could actually ask me that question. I honestly would feel very uncomfortable dealing with Ralph outside of you. For me, it's a respect thing. Now, would I maybe call you and say, hey, Drew, Ralph approached me about A, B, and C. Are you comfortable with that? And this is something that will be filmed.
Well, I kind of feel like if we already talked about Dennis and I were working together and that was okay and you're in support of it, I don't understand the issue if we are now working together and you know this is my life. My thing is, why would a person react this way? A person?
Okay, y'all, what y'all think about that? Alicia said women always want to hold on to a doggone house. Girl, please, if you talk about you paying all of it, I'm gonna let you leave so you can do that. Because what you're not gonna do is say how I'm sleeping in your house and you paying the bills and you doing this, then the third. I'm out. You can pay all the bills and sleep anywhere you want to. You can sleep on the stairs if you want to. But what y'all think about that? What y'all think about what Cynthia asked Drew? Like, would you feel comfortable right now if your boyfriend or your husband, your friend said, "Oh, I'm gonna go because he is doing this, and I'm gonna go work with him at that." I think it's the one thing if they ask you, and if whatever. But with Drew with these text messages, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna have a problem with a text message. I'm gonna have a problem with a text message. Now, there are a lot of things that you can do in a text message, like I'm on my way, I'm downstairs, here I come, where you want to go eat, what you doing. Those are all text message conversations. But I wouldn't feel a way if somebody was filming with my ex-husband. I wouldn't. I can honestly say that I wouldn't feel a way. But I don't feel nothing, other than him being a great co-parent. That's all I ask for. You can do whatever you want to do. But when there are feelings involved, then yes, you will feel a certain way. And there are definitely feelings involved. But Drew needs to call people. You don't just send a text talking about, I want to talk to you. And if you are going to send a text, tell me what it is. I'm not meeting you for lunch. Why you keep texting me? Text me and say, girl, I'm about to get this music thing started. I was trying to do this with so-and-so, it's not working. Dennis said he would help me. What do you think? And how do you feel about that? I just want my music out. How can I get it done? If you're going to text it, text it. You texting me about meeting up is crazy. Hold on. I got to watch this too. Porsha admitted on Watch What Happens Live when she said she would fool with Charles. She said it was the Henny talking and Angela wasn't supposed to hear it. Of course, Angela was not supposed to hear that. But Porsha, you need some discernment, girl. You need to not do that. Yes, Shay. Yes. All this right here. Hold on. Why is it not doing what I need to? Why Shay's not coming up? Hold on. Okay. Drew made it worse, calling Dennis her guardian angel and God sent. That was certifiably insane. Miss YBBG, that's what I'm talking about. Miss YBBG said, if we are friends, are they friends or are they co-workers? If we're co-workers, I wouldn't think twice about it at all. And Miss BBG, I wouldn't think twice about it if I don't feel a certain way. If I don't feel a certain way about you, you do what you need to do. I can't tell you not to be a super producer. I can't tell you not to go to a studio session. I can't tell you not to film. I don't care, because in my mind, I'm looking at it like this is for my baby. So that works. But if you feel a certain kind of way and you'd have brought the baby daddy in it, because clearly, even though Cynthia is not here to marry Leon, she is not here for you to fool with him behind her back. Now that is true about Cynthia. Don't play with her about that. Drew may not, Audrey, be the brand ambassador, because they've talked about that this season. And then they said Drew not doing what she's supposed to do. Because I was like, Porsha, holler at me. I'll wear it. I post every day. I'll be out here with go naked hair on every day, all day. Drew knew what she was and is doing, because what storyline? Exactly, Shay. Great value Drew. That's what I'm talking about, Shay. She is a day-old wheat cracker. She is not, Drew is dry. So she gotta have this little juice right here. This is all she has because, I mean, Drew could talk about her music and mention Dennis, and then she could talk about her divorce. I think Drew's realest, honest scene was when they were leaving the courthouse and she was screaming out at him downstairs. That was the truest she had ever been on the show because she had it. Porsha hair always on point. I'll be ambassador. I gotta email her. I heard her say email. I'm gonna email her. Porsha is not a girl's girl. I'm gonna have to. I want Porsha to be a girl's girl, and I think she has girls moments. But in this situation, no, she's not. I agree with you. In this situation, she's not. Drew's 1 minute beforehand because there's a natural conversation. I still like to know. Yeah, I still like to know beforehand. Yeah, Drew's lawyer is trash. Alicia said, I still like to know beforehand because that's just a natural conversation that doesn't require any thought. That's it. That's it. I had a situation like that, right? The person that kind of works on my behalf, I spoke to his person. Like, do you have a problem? You know, do you have a problem with this? Because, you know, it's not something I talk about all the time, but it's like, you got to be respectful. Lord, the way I don't check phone calls and text messages, it's crazy. Y'all go ahead and like this video. But you have to check in with a person. You have to. Girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife. You gotta check in. Drew could have definitely mentioned working with Dennis and never filmed with Dennis. We know. Exactly. Alicia, 100%. I just said that. Drew could have definitely talked about it, mentioned it. Oh, me and Dennis was in the studio yesterday, y'all, this, and this, and then had the girls, like she had them in the studio. Because they said, is Dennis coming? He was supposed to be here. And that's that on that. This is a good question. What do y'all think about this? If Porsha and Simon were still together, would she have a problem with Drew? I'm never ready for y'all. Not Rotund. Rotund Kimber. Me too, Shay. I am a girl's girl. Now, if the girl is messing up, I'm going to still be her girl, but I can see a part of it. Now, I'm going to be honest about it. But at the end of the day, I'm a girl's girl. Rotund. But I don't know. Somebody said she was still, wait a minute. That's the part. Yes, she would. It's the principle. But the way Porsha had Simon and Dennis up there posing on post, I don't know. Porsha seemed to be very like, this is my person for life. Yeah, she tried to fight him when he brought his girlfriend at oh, she sure did. So Porsha is very territorial. This is mine. Don't mess with mine. I don't care if I'm not talking to him. He's mine until I say so. So if Porsha is like that, Drew should have reached out and said, one minute, y'all, I'm tripping. Let me get into the thing from here. What is going on? It'll come back up at some point. Okay. 100%. Drew should have, like I said, if she's not trying to call Porsha, she should have just told Porsha in the text. Stop trying to invite her out to dinner. Stop saying that I have something I want to discuss with you. Stop saying this, that, and the third, because Porsha got a lot going on. She in court, you know, she trying to do her best, whatever she doing. She probably was bouncing up on top of Dennis at the time, and she couldn't even answer your text. So just why don't you just put it in your text what it is you want? Because if you text me talking about, oh, I need to talk to you, can we meet and go out to dinner? No, what is it? I'm calling you on the phone. What you want? What's going on? And then Porsha sets up a date and then cancels it. At that time, you should have called her, girl, look, this is what's going on. I'm about to do some music. Dennis said he could help me. Do you have a problem with him helping me? And how do you want to be a part of it? Because I don't want you to think that something's going on. We have this studio date. We have this studio date. This, and this. Girl, no, Gail, no, he's not out of jail. Michelle came on my live last week and said that Simon is still trying to get deported. Girl, so no. Girl, probably Alicia. Because you know she bouncing on somebody. Come on now. Because I can't believe she was bouncing on Simon. Just like somebody said, how could she? I just don't believe that. Oh, Dennis been around there in Simon house in his robe. Like, it is crazy. Gail said, thank you. Dennis at the house grilling hot dogs. Child. Porsha probably is at foreclosure. And her stuff is probably out on the street. Because, honey, if I know he over there locked up with ICE, but baby dog, I would have to get a phone call to the to the U-Haul people. Go get it. No, I think they're sending him to either, I want to say Dubai or somewhere in Africa. I don't think he's going to El Salvador. Oh, child, with his shoes off. Oh, isn't that horrible? Oh, Porsha, you wrong, girl. You wrong for this. Hold on, let me see what else Porsha talking about.
So, in Nashville. When I tell you, like, looking back at Nashville, I had a ball, first of all.
Oh, wait a minute.
Tell us about turning up in Nashville.
Hold on.
Really had a good time. I got to really get to know you. Let's just say that. Because I had a ball. Coyote Ugly was a vibe.
Let me say this. Dennis in that Rolls Royce was crazy talk. Was that just not crazy? First of all, Porsha not even supposed to be in the Rolls Royce on the television. Now you got Dennis sitting in the passenger side of the best friend ride trying to holler at. Y'all hit that like button. That is crazy. I mean, I get it. I understand that you're on a television show. You want to make the show juicy. But then they do things sometimes that just like, ooh, oh my God, I can't believe she did that. Because sometimes it's just stuff that you just don't do. Why was Dennis not in his car and they facing opposite directions and talking out the window? Why is he in the passenger seat and Pilar is in the back? I'm sorry, girl. It just came to my head. Sitting in the passenger side of his best friend ride, trying to holler at me. Yeah, I'm sorry. It just came to my head. But why is he in the passenger side? That is crazy. In this man's car. Knowing he over here, I mean, at that time, I'm guessing he was in Dubai. Ooh, Tamika. Do you know this is what I was excited about for this season? Because Simon had already told us that he was going to go live after every episode. I will say this. At this point, all he had to do was get him on YouTube page. Because we would have had to do this live at 10:15 because I would have had to listen to Simon before I came here and talked to y'all. Girl, yes. It was at the end of I don't know which episode it was, but they was at the very end. They was at the little jamboree with Pilar, right? And then he done walked in late after her, so he outside in the car. And then on the passenger side, pulling off. But baby, if Simon was not detained, Simon had already told us it was going to be an after show. Before this after show, we would have been had an after show. Because he said he was going to talk about it after every episode. Yeah, look at Mo said. Look what Mo said. Why Rumpelstiltskin? Mo, where you get that from? Rumpelstiltskin? Dee said she glad she don't want to hear from Simon. Simon is a BAN child. Y'all tough with it. Dee said he ran that like Rumpelstiltskin. Oh my God. But Simon was on ready. Simon was going to, this season of the Real Housewives of Atlanta would have been on another level had Simon not been detained. I'm sorry. It would have been fantastic. Oh, Bron Sugar said, y'all know Bravo had Simon removed. Baby, because it was going to get bad. He didn't want the spotlight. He was definitely an opportunist. Absolutely. Not doing... Look what Tamika said. Not doing a speak on it in prison. Girl, if we pull up here and I scroll on this YouTube and this Instagram and see Simon like this. Oh my God. This show would have been on another level if Simon was out. It really would have. It would have been on another level. But overall, I thought the show it had good parts. I'll say that. I hate Shamia going through that with her baby, but I do understand why she acts like she acts. Because this is just her, letting loose. Girl, she said, I would pay. Look, girl, just look. Wait a minute, hold on. With his orange jumpsuit on. Look, if he just had one, if he could just round up the season 1 up until tonight, if he could just come out and give us one good one, I would be here for it. I know she don't want to hear, but baby, it will be where I'm telling you, it would be good. I know it'd be good. If Kels can record from the prison, then Simon can go live at least record. Oh, yeah, that would be fantastic. I don't know. This was something else. But I feel like Drew is dragging it out. I feel like Porsha is dragging it out. I'm ready for Britt to stop talking about her situation and just start let's get to know you. Like the things that we know about Britt, those are things that happened in the past. It ain't nothing we can do with that. Like she did what she did. I'm not even discussing her past. I want to know who Britt Edie is right now. Are you still under investigation? Do you have your license back? Are you practicing other than just posting reels on Instagram? Like I need to know. She says, speak for yourself. I need to know what's going on. I want to know what's going on with her. We don't want to. Esther Rose. Oh, crazy. Y'all talk about me. It's y'all. Shamia was actually like that when we were in school. That's her on the regular. Oh, okay. Shamia is always on 10. We don't want to hear him drag Porsha down. I just want to hear what he has to say. I guess that is dragging her down, D. I'm sorry. But I just would like to know what he has to say, because Porsha clearly is not filming at the house, right? She is in Nashville. She is at Shamia's house. She is at her mother's house, because the cease and desist made sure that she could not film at the house. Simon would get 1 million views. Yeah. It's content, and we would just like to. I would just like to know what he had to say, because you know how he ran down Instagram in them stories, and then Porsha talked about it though. Porsha and Shamia talked about it, like Laura and the former housewife. Like, what is he posting today? Because every time you turn around, he was on a post. And I get it, D. You're right. He definitely gonna come out with his side of it. But I do feel like Porsha has had a reprieve, and she doesn't have to go through that. because, honey, he was going to do it. I feel like that too, D. I feel like what's the big deal about a house? I feel like Porsha just needs to go and mind her business. She got a home over there with her mama. Just go on back home, girl. It's okay. We all know that there was a cease and desist. We all know that. I don't know how much the mortgage is on a $7 million home, nor will I ever find out. But I mean, is the go naked hair selling like that? Are the sheets selling like that? Are the checks at the Housewives like that? Yeah. Because, see, Simon wasn't even here. He came home, right? He didn't even have to be locked up. He came home and all of a sudden he got locked up. That's why they're saying Porsha car. I don't think Porsha is evil either. I never said that. I like Porsha. I don't think she's evil. I think Porsha is a good time. But tonight, Porsha was like a sad Sally, and it was just crazy. But there was also her reacting to Drew and Angela. So, was Porsha and Dennis on her YouTube page cooking hot dogs? Yes, Patricia. That is what's so crazy. That is what's so crazy. Patricia said, was Porsha and Dennis on her YouTube page cooking hot dogs in Simon's kitchen the other day? Yep. So that's how Porsha gonna get in the house. She shows us on her YouTube page. She can't show us, like, there was no cease and desist for YouTube. It was a cease and desist for the Real Housewife. So she found her little loophole. Yep. Exactly. D said, let him take the house. He don't need the credit in the U.S. Yes, E-Boogie. Exactly. So that's her loophole. Like, she can't show us on this show, but she's showing us every Monday and Thursday on their YouTube page. $50K a month? Y'all, Tay did the work. Mortgage is $50K a month. It's definitely in disclosure. I don't even need to listen to Lakeisha Keisha. Absolutely. If I got to pay, do y'all know how much money you would have to pay $50K a month and not lose sleep? $50,000? Like, people work 12 months to make that and don't see that. It's just on a piece of paper that's what you make, but you don't see that because everything else you have to do. $50,000? Ain't no way. Alexa, play Aretha Franklin, because it ain't no way. It ain't no way I could do that. Girl, I would have been out of that house so long ago, I wouldn't have gave Simon nothing to talk about. Simon could have talked about me about some other stuff, but he never would have been able to talk to me about that house. I'm out. I've been just like Drew need to be out from over there with him downstairs. I'm out of there. I don't think they look like twins now. No, I had to look at him. I gotta look at him. I gotta look at Gerald again. Erica said mortgage, utilities, maintenance, taxes, etc. Porsha doesn't know any man that could pay those bills. I know she wishes Simon would come home now. And then she want to talk about Simon ain't got no money, but Simon worth what? $300 million? And if I'm worth $300 million, if I'm worth that, I want to stay worth that. $50,000 a month is a bit much. Your Alexa, since how Alexa came on. I'm Team Porsha too, but Porsha was a mean girl this episode. She didn't have to do that. It costs to keep the pool warm, and it's not $50. That's a lot. You're asking for a lot. It's a lot of house. I just don't. I mean, I don't know. If I hit this lottery and my take home is $20 million, I'm still not building a house that's $50,000 a month. Ooh, not scamming. Girl, I'll be too scared to scam. Simon look like Gerald Austin. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, they're not attractive. She said she was trying not to pop off on Drew. Hold on. When is it coming up? This is crazy. Wait a minute, I'm trying to get your thing up here, LLBP. LLBP said she was trying not to pop off on Drew. They better be glad she stayed quiet. Yeah, I think Porsha's doing really good with her. I think she's doing really good with her, anger management. I think she's doing really well with that. I think Porsha is good. She knows her triggers and she walks away. That's why she walked away from Drew at the studio. I think she's doing really good. I don't know if Porsha is carrying the entire show. I do feel like Angela is doing a really good part. I think when Cynthia is there, she's doing really good. And then Porsha, she's doing something. She is in there. But I think Britt, she needs to get off of this trip that she's on, and we should see what she got going on. Kelly is doing real good at being a friend. She's doing real good at that. Who else is on there? Drew. Linda says Simon put $600,000 on the house from the sale of his other estate with Fallon. Angela is stepping into the housewife. Angela's very interesting. Sonya said Britt can go. Kimber said everybody except for Britt can stay. Y'all not feeling it for Britt. I'm ready for Fedra. I'm ready to see Fedra. Let me say that. I'm ready for Fedra. So, but I will say this. When I went back and I watched season 9, right? We talk about Nene being on the show, but Nene wasn't, like in season 8, Nene showed up at Cynthia's and she went on that trip with them. But in season 9, Nene wasn't there at all. And that was a very good season. Like, those girls carried that season without Nene. They carried it. Season 9 was fantastic. I didn't realize how good that season was until I went and watched it back. I don't know why Angela got smoke for Phaedra. We're going to find out. I'm ready for Phaedra too, Mitch. I'm ready. I am ready for Phaedra. Phaedra got a Cheez-It commercial. She out here doing, like they getting us ready for Phaedra. They getting us ready to see her. But what it is, let me say this about Phaedra. This is what I realized. Another reason that people feel, season 8 was fantastic. Another reason people feel a certain way about Phaedra is Phaedra does come off fake. I don't know if that's just her personality, but I remember Candy saying that Phaedra does a good job of hiding her feelings and just acting out, and just putting the act on. Because when she says stuff and, she get to rolling her head, because she'll roll her head like this, I mean, like, Phaedra, that does seem kind of fake. You know what I'm saying? But they're getting us ready for Phaedra. With the Cheez-It commercials, like we saw, 3 Cheez-It commercials? I'm ready. I can't wait. Angela and Phaedra are not friends. Yes, clearly. Angela has been speaking out about Phaedra, so I can't wait. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know. Miss YBBG, I really like, I think when I was watching the Real Housewives, like in season 8 and 9, I wasn't at this age. And so when I went back and watched it, I saw it differently. And I saw how Phaedra was. And I understand why people say that she is fake. I get it. Because when she has her back against the wall, she gets real quiet. And it seems like she's trying to figure out something to say. Because at that reunion, when all that happened with her and Candy and Porsha, Like, I'm sorry, I didn't say that. I misjudged it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I misjudged it. And I'm like, Fedra, you gotta say a little bit more than that. You done almost took this girl whole life out. That is crazy. But I'm ready to see her on the show. I'm ready to see her back as a housewife, because when she was on Married to Medicine, that was not her area. That was not her zhuzh. She was just like a fish out of water. It was like she was trying to put a circle peg into a square peg. It just did not work. It did not work. Oh, girl, yeah. I was like, damn. I was watching. I was like, damn, Fedra, that's really messed up. That was real messed up. Yeah, Fedra she was going through it too, honey, because they did play that part when, like, with the former housewife, the way she was going at her and her husband. That wasn't cool. Everything she went through when Apollo got ready to go to jail, that wasn't cool. Like him having things over to Candy's house, she didn't like that, and I get it. I don't think I would like it either. But girl, that was season 9, baby. That was season 9. That was the opening of OLG. I just finished watching that. Oh, Shireen walked in there and said, "Hi, are you Todd? I'm Shireen. I'm Apollo's girlfriend." Candy said, "They're gonna put it back on me. They're gonna put it on me." And so when they were at the reunion, Andy asked Fedra, "Did you realize that Candy had nothing to do with it?" She said, "Yeah, I saw it. I believe that she didn't have anything to do with it." What season was that you saw, Shireen? It was season 9. It took a minute, LBP. It took a minute to get over there. But I think that when I was watching it, I was younger and I didn't see it like I saw it this time. When I saw it this time, I'm like, Fedra, that was really messed up. I like Fedra, but you have some ways about you that are really messed up. The fact that you could sit here and make up a lie, or say you shouldn't have repeated it, or say Candy told you, and you telling Porsha, like, even Andy said you got caught in a big lie tonight. And it was like she didn't have nowhere to go. She couldn't even talk. Even when she went in the room with Porsha was like, "Girl, you gotta understand, I'm not about to be your friend right now because you sat here and lied to me." I know, Porsha. I know. It was a mess. No, she wasn't pregnant then. This was season 9. She had both of her children. Yeah, she wasn't pregnant on this one. I don't think she was. She had both of her kids in season 8 and 9. She had, because Apollo went to jail in season 8. In season 9, she was just, her mom and dad was on there because they were helping her. She was just going through a lot. She took her boys to the prison. She set that up. She didn't want to tell them where they were going. Like, it was good. It was so good. Candy was pregnant in season 8. Because at the reunion, she had on a green dress and she was pregnant in season 8. That's when Candy was pregnant. And at the reunion, she had the baby. And, he had a little clothing line for kids. They worked on the OLG. Yeah. It was good. Like, those episodes, like I said, if the girls want to be good next season, they need to go. And I'm like, Porsha and Cynthia were there. Y'all should be able to give these girls a crash course. If not all of y'all, like, y'all need to go back and look at season 8 and 9 and come back with us next season and give us a good show. Fedra was really mad at Candy and Todd. She was really upset with them. When Candy deserved to told off, but it was over the line. Yeah, she definitely had creative man with that baby. Oh my God. But I can't wait though, y'all. I can't wait. I cannot wait. It's gonna be good. I know, Erica. Erica said that she can't understand how Candy would forgive Porsha but not Fedra. Maybe because Fedra lied and said Candy told her that, because that's what she said. She was like, Fedra, you told me Candy told you. You said that I told you that? Yeah, maybe that's why. That was a big lie. I don't think I would really see it for somebody either. Hey, Mother Six, oh, thank you. I don't think I would be quick to be friends with somebody too. Oh, yeah, that probably was season 10 when Nene came back. I don't know. I don't know what season it was. I remember they had a red. I don't know what season it was when she said that about the school. Yeah, but I'm ready. But tonight's show was good. They had good parts. I'm going to watch the after show. I'm going to watch What Happens Live, and I'll talk about that. I'll do a review for that. I may just drop little pieces of this because this was a really good review for the show. So this is how this might get done from now on. I'm not sure because this was great. Porsha was just a mouthpiece for Fedra. Candy saw that. Yep. Yeah. That was crazy though. But then to say that out loud, Candy was crying. You got people under my comments calling me Bill Cosby? That was wild. Yeah, tonight's show was cute. I liked it. I thought the girls did good. They had some great moments. Coyote Ugly, that's the name of the bar. The girls was on the bar drinking shots. I thought it was cute. That's something that I would do. after the pregame, it was fun. I thought it was fun. But I'll get out that other stuff to y'all. Y'all, this has been wonderful. Thank y'all for being here tonight. Make sure you like it on your way out, like this video. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you to all the new people who've come. Shout out to everybody in the bushes. Y'all make sure y'all like the video. People have been talking about the Valley. I don't know. I have to see because I have so much that I'm trying to get caught up on. And y'all, Hot Topics is, I don't know if I should do Hot Topics tomorrow and just wait for Wednesday, but there's probably something else to talk about. Thank you, Amazing Live too. It is a good live. We had a really good live tonight. This has been really great. And I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Y'all are hilarious. I thank y'all for coming. I appreciate you so much. You like the Valley also? I might. Girl, I don't know what P-Valley is. I don't think P-Valley coming back. I do not. I might look at it. That might be something I have to just lay in the bed and look at. Because, oh, y'all, wait a minute. Let me say this before I go. I know some people are leaving out, but let me say this. Because I saw one of my sorors, she's a nurse, and I saw her make this post on Facebook one day, and I haven't seen it since. And when I saw it today, I was like, thank you, God, because I don't know how many people feel like this. Thank you so much, LLBP 45. Y'all make it great also. I appreciate it. So, do any of you like rewatching the same show over and over? Do y'all have shows that you watch over and over? It's a form of emotional regulation. So it is a thing. So even if you're not really aware of it and you do it, let me tell y'all, rewatching the same show again and again isn't a sign of laziness. It's actually a form of emotional regulation. When life feels overwhelming or unpredictable, your brain craves being familiar. Watching a show you already know gives you a sense of control, comfort, and stability. There are no surprises, no tension. You know exactly what happens next, and that predictability helps calm your nervous system. That is a thing, y'all. A study from the University of Chicago found that people are more likely to return to familiar TV shows when they feel depleted or emotionally drained. Rewatching provides a way to restore energy and regain a sense of peace. In moments when the world feels uncertain, your brain reaches for what it knows. Y'all, no, I haven't seen Sinners yet. Yes. Like, let me tell you what I haven't binged in a while. What is the show with Lynn Whitfield about the church? Y'all know that show? Oh, I will sit there and watch that like I don't even know the people on it. So like my movies are like Harlem Nights, Jackie Brown, Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2. I think that's what I got in there now. But my TV shows are The Office, Sex and the City, Good Times, Sanford and Son. What else? It's something else. Oh, Scandal. I watch Scandal over and over and over and over and over. Greenleaf. Yes. Oh my God. Because it's like I can put that on and I don't have to worry about it. And it'll be something I'll be like, oh, let me waiting to exhale. Yes. I will watch Waiting to Exhale and Harlem Nights at any point. If I come in and I turn the TV on and it's 2 minutes, I'm sitting down for 2 minutes. And I'm just going to watch it. So when you go into, not Talladega Nights. So when you go in, like when you're going through something and you don't even realize it, you know what I'm saying? Like we go through stuff all the time. That's a way to comfort yourself and reassure yourself about things that are uncertain. You don't watch reruns? Girl, I watch reruns all the time. Love Jones, yes. Like I have things that I go to sleep to. Like I'll put Jackie Brown on and I'll watch it. Like I have to fast forward that whole part when she's walking into the airport. I fast forward. That's like 3 minutes. I fast forward through that. And when she says, hey, you know, have a good flight. Then I turn over in the bed because I'm getting ready to go to sleep. When she says, hey, have a good flight, I turn over and I listen until I fall asleep. That is crazy. But that is, I'm gonna put that in my hot topics tomorrow because I saw my story say that and I hadn't seen it since. And when I saw that today, I was like, yes, I'm gonna share this with people because people may not even know. Why am I watching this again? Because people are asking me, no, it was when they had the Good Time tapes on VHS, my friends used to call me and be like, girl, what episode you watching today? And Jackie Brown is my hands down favorite movie, Juanita. If I had to watch one movie for the rest of my life, it would probably be Jackie Brown and Harlem Nights. It would be between those two. I love Jackie Brown. Girl, not the Little House on the Prairie. Where do you find a Little House on the Prairie? Oh my God. Tamika said, you're welcome, Tamika. Well, no. You talk about Golden Girl. When you say thank you for being a friend, girl, I know. I get it. Let me tell y'all, I'm going to say this. I watched The Office so much. When I was introduced to it, I absolutely love The Office. I watched The Office so much that when I got pregnant, because I watched it throughout my whole pregnancy, I took the DVDs with me to the hospital to watch because that's what I love watching on TV. When Lillian was born, this is no lie, when I would watch that show, her head would turn to the TV. She would turn to whatever sound that made. And I still watched it because, you know, they had new episodes. When she was crawling, she would crawl to the TV and do a little bounce. You know, I watched that so much. The Me channel. Okay. Friends. Child. I just wanted to give y'all, it's on bounce right now. Cause I go find Jackie Brown. I think it's on my DVR. Y'all, that was good. We had a good talk. It's almost 2 hours. Designing Women is so good. Designing Women is so good. I watched that too. Oh, y'all, it's been wonderful talking to y'all tonight. Jolie, this was your first live? Girl, well, you got to come back Wednesday because, oh, wait a minute, before I go, we decided, what did we decide? We're going to do Hot Topics on Wednesday nights, and we're going to do Hot Topics on Saturday mornings, right? Because everybody's not able to make it Wednesday night, and it's Saturday morning. Okay. You got to come back Wednesday night, 7 o'clock Central, live Hot Topics. Not Will and Grace. Well, I'm so glad you was here, Jolie. Oh, girl, Carol Burnett and Mama's Family. Oh, Gail. Gail. Yes, ma'am. I'm with you. 100%. 100%. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. I love y'all to the end. I love y'all deep. And I want to thank y'all for being here. And thank y'all for taking this ride with me. And I'll see y'all tomorrow in Hot Topics. And I'll definitely see y'all back here on Wednesday. Good night. Y'all be good. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. She said, my family comes on Saturdays. Oh, my God. I'm so glad we had this time together. You and me.